Today I have attempted to beat Super Mario Bros. Wii without any damage from 1-1 until the final level. The rules are that I'm not allowed any power-ups, but I'm allowed checkpoints as long as I take damage immediately afterwards. Also, if I accidentally take a power up, I have to lose it straight away. Warp cannons are allowed for this attempt, allowing me to complete the game through the quickest route. I first started on 1-1, like always, and easily breezed past this level with no problems. This can also be said for 1-2, as this level was also easy. For 1-3, in order to access the warp, I'll need to use a Yoshi. When I reached the checkpoint, I decided to take damage from this piranha plant. Then I got another Yoshi, then did the shortcut and completed the level. The warp cannon is now available for me to use, which will give me access to World 5. Now for World 5, which will be more difficult to do. For 5-1, these lanky piranha plants that expanded and disbanded caused me to wait multiple occasions. Here I tried to get a 1-up, but I completely missed it. Then I accidentally got the star after trying to avoid these piranhas, so I waited until it stopped. Now I needed to deal with these piranhas that blows up spikes for every couple of seconds. After that, I saw this red Koopa, so I took my time to hit it. Then I somehow missed it, then lost a life. This is my first death so far. For my second attempt, I tried to learn from my mistakes by being more careful. This time, I actually hit the red Koopa and carried on where I left off. Then I finally reached the checkpoint for this level. Now I needed to swing across these vines, which led me to this rotating platform, which was difficult to navigate with these piranhas blowing spikes. Now I managed to pass this part easily until my controller randomly paused and nearly screwed me over, like always. I then took this jump to go past these lanky piranhas, and I completely timed it bad and died. For my third attempt at this level, my controller crashed out again, causing the game to pause and accidentally causing me to waste a life. Again. At this point, I was fighting against my controller instead of the game. For my sixth attempt, I tried to see if I could swim to the other side of this lake, which I did. After correctly doing my jump, I finally made it through the last section and finished the level once and for all. After that, the game forced me to choose 5-2 due to the vines that changed every time, which is good because the level is easier than the other one. In this level, all I have to do was to carefully go past the wigglers that caused me to stop. So I need to take my time. Also, there are these blue bats that would swoop in and hit me. After that, I made it through the checkpoint and finished the rest of the level, which wasn't too hard to beat. 4-5 mini castle. All I need to do is to work my way to the top of the castle by avoiding these spike walls, which can take some patience if I don't want to die, because I have to avoid all the enemies during the progress. When I made it through the checkpoint, I need to run towards the top as quickly as I can in 2 attempts through many sections, but accidentally hit the spikes and lost a life. For my second attempt, I managed to get through the section I died and realised that was the alternative route and not the main one. After that, I finished the last section and made it to the castle door to fight Iggy. And after the first 5 seconds, I missed my jump and failed. For my third attempt, I breezed past the last part of the level again and attempted the boss again. By the way, all the fights in the game are very easy if you time the jumps correctly after they use the shell attack when you hit them the first time, which allowed me to beat the level. This level must be the hardest to complete for this challenge. You'll see. To progress through this level, I have to get rid of all the enemies that lands on this platform. If 5 or more enemies land on platform, then it will freeze, making it more difficult. At first, I decided to take my time by going through them one by one. Somehow, I accidentally land in between these 2 green Koopas, then lost a life. For my second attempt, I did the same strategy by taking my time until it was raining bob-ombs and piranha plants randomly, making this harder. Then this big one came out of nowhere and conveniently landed on me, causing me to lose a life. I failed on my third attempt by missing my jump. I failed again on my 4th attempt by this piranha plant hitting me at the worst time, which caused me to get a game over. After many failed attempts and careful positioning, I managed to beat this level and move on. Luckily, the vines didn't block my path towards the Boo House, which I need to access to the warp cannon. In this level, I couldn't remember where the secret exit was, and I spent a while looking for it, but managed to find it at the end. Then I needed to navigate this block-like section carefully, which I did, ending the level. Now I have access to World 8 just like that. For 8-1, I was faced with these neat-looking meteors and needed to avoid it until I got hit by this magma. For my second attempt, I realised I need to time my jumps, while at the same time be quick enough to avoid the storm that is chasing me. After some tricky and tight platforming, I managed to beat the level. For 8-2, it had these spinning platforms with spiky walls and goomas everywhere. I've managed to reach the checkpoint until I missed my jump and accidentally hit this gooma. I knew that there was a shortcut in this level, but I accidentally completed the level and missed it. When I tried again, I got hit by a gooma twice in a row, until on my next attempt I found a shortcut through this secret tunnel. On the Bone Train level, which is one of my favourite levels in the game, all I needed to do was time my jumps and avoid these rising magmas. I took my time and enjoyed the trip until I reached the end of the level. For this level, all I did was rush past the beginning until I got hit by a cannon. On my second attempt, I got hit by another cannon. On my third attempt, I finally made it towards the checkpoint. I reached the final boss of this level. It took me a while to get the hang of aiming these bombs while having to avoid the fire all over the floor, but then I met my fate. I then realised I need to launch the bombs as quickly as I can before the floor was filled with lava, making it less harder for myself. So all I did was hit the bombs immediately, which would instantly hit Bowser Jr. most of the time. And now I finally beat the level. For the last level, I needed to beat the first section by avoiding these obstacles, such as these lava bubbles and rotating fireballs, which wasn't too difficult. After that section, I had to wait on these platforms while they moved down by also jumping on other platforms so I won't fall in the lava. Finally, I reached the checkpoint and all I have to do is to defeat Bowser, then the challenge is complete. But first, I need to wait for him to jump so I can quickly run past him and push this button. Now I need to avoid Bowser's massive fireballs while it breaks the wall so I can go through them, but I fell into a ditch somehow. This took me a lot of attempts, but sadly I got a game over and had to start the whole level again. And when I reached the same section again, I still failed. This challenge took me around 1 hour and 30 minutes to complete.
호호. 아. 어허. 오.
Mario!
어?